Okie dokie. What do we say here? There's the trooper again. That's my girl or boy. I don't know. What the fuck is this truck? Is it a boy or a girl? I don't know. Some days it's a girl, some days it's a boy. I guess it just chooses not to identify. Anyways, love this truck. Holy, look at that. So, trooper update number, I don't know, May the 4th be with you. Fuck yeah. That's right. It is a trooper truck. And yes, May the 4th be with you. Holy crap, I didn't even notice that. Look at all that stuff there, huh? I should probably wash this poor truck someday. Anyways, yeah, now that this, I don't know, that big white thing that was here before, now that that's gone, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a flatbed. Design process is underway and shaping up to look something pretty cool. So the plan, Stan, is a flatbed and a Nomad. The Nomad is the full-size camper shell product from Vagabond Outdoors. And I'm doing a few other little things. For the shocks are going to be slightly different and longer and, you know, match the front. There's a good look at the long-range automotive fuel tank from up top. Something you normally don't get to see. But it's a big tank, man. Look how big that sucker is. And I'd say that's one of my favorite modifications for this truck. Period. The range extension that you get from that fuel tank alone is wonderful. However, caveat being, those are 35s and stock gears. So really, that fuel tank, it stretches my range just a little more than normal. If I was just a normal pickup truck with a standard fuel tank, I get, you know, maybe 50 more extra miles. But that's only because, again, 35s and factory gears. Factory gears are going to get changed over to 488s here. I still got to call Mike at Schaefer's Off-Road and say, hey, Mike, when can you fit me in? But anyways, Mike at Schaefer's Off-Road, super solid dude, super solid work. And we know that there's never an issue when you take your truck to Mike at Schaefer's Off-Road. Shame, ding ding. Anyways, and no, that is not sponsored. I have zero sponsorship for this truck. This is just all me and my love and passion of this pickup truck. So, yeah. Other things that need to be reworked is the exhaust. Look how close that is. Jeff at ABC Muffler in Benicia, I cannot count how many vehicles Jeff has done exhaust for me or my family members. Super solid dude, high quality craftsmanship, and will basically do whatever you ask him to for the right price. So anyways, you can see I love having the bed off. I can show off all the little details. V-band clamp, so when I'm wheeling, I can just unzip that tail extension, take it off, so I don't have to worry about denting or bending my exhaust. And then, you know, when I get to camp and I'm done wheeling, I can zip it back on. It literally takes like, I don't know, 45 seconds or so. And that way I can idle the truck and the exhaust can exit out the side, and I don't have to worry about, you know, potentially gassing myself if I'm sitting in the camper. The exhaust exits out the side. You know, it doesn't go up through the bed into my camper shell. So that's just one of those little extra things that makes your camping experience quite a bit better. This is always a problem for flatbeds, where to locate that. However, we have a solution. And of course, I'm teasing that solution will be, you'll see when the flatbed's on the truck, truthfully. I don't really, I want to make sure that it actually works before I start talking about it. So anyways, yeah, the front suspension is coming off, and I have no preload on my coilovers. There's zero preload there. I gotta put some preload in there because these 35s are big and they're rubbed. On that last trip, I rubbed everything, and I did. I rubbed everything. So the lower control arms are gonna change. This COVID-19 shelter-in-place thing makes that a little difficult because, you know, total chaos is not deemed an essential business. So I can't wait till they can get back to work because I could really use some lower control arms. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the new, I think they're called Expedition Series lower control arms. They're beefy as hell, but you actually retain your factory turning radius, and that's a really, really, really big deal. At least it is to me, because you know, when it's back together, I'm gonna be driving it a little more often, probably a lot more often, truthfully. I think I'm just gonna get rid of that Ford work truck and use this for work for a little bit at least. Till I can find something that's more fuel efficient than a 5-liter Ford idling in traffic in the San Francisco Bay Area. And the work that I do, I really don't need a full-size truck. I would much rather have a little 1985, you know, Toyota pickup that's 4-cylinder, 22 RE, and manual transmission and 2-wheel drive, and yeah, that's all I need. Actually, I'd love it to have a flatbed too if I'm dreaming here, but my wife will not allow me to own an old truck anymore. My last 85 4-wheel drive pickup, I basically did like a resto mod type deal because that's who I am and that's what I like to do. And yeah, she made me sell it because it didn't have power windows or electric heated seats or all the good stuff that her Lexus does, because that's her vehicle and that's what she commutes in. So yeah, so I gotta find a solution there. And you can actually see right here, this reminds me, you can see this right here. Let me get my head in the shade so you can tell that that's not just a shadow, that's actual fuel, because we're having a burping issue with this. And really what I believe is the issue is, what happens is it keeps pressure up here in the tops up here. And what really needs to happen is that pressure needs to equalize so it doesn't kind of burp out as you're filling up. And so the smart thing to do would be to have a hose that you know, you drill and tap here, and run a hose to connect the two, so that there's some air transfer here, because you get air built up in there in the tank as you're filling it up, and you get a lot of pressure that happens there, but it's got nowhere to go, and then whoop, out it goes. So that's my opinion. I think that's what's happening, but you know, I don't design fuel tanks for a living, so I just install them and play with my truck. But yeah, there's a very long-winded trooper update. Let's call this 0504-2020 update. May the 4th be with y'all. Later.